The United States $quarter 1971D mint mark Liberty 25 cent is one of the most interesting coins of the modern Washington quarter series and remains highly recognizable among collectors and everyday Americans alike. This coin was struck at the famous Denver Mint in 1971 and carries the D mint mark, which identifies Denver as the mint where it was produced. The coin belongs to the long-running Washington quarter series first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington, the first president of the United States and a major symbol of American independence and leadership. By 1971, the Washington quarter had already become deeply connected to everyday American life. Millions of quarters circulated through stores, banks, vending machines, arcades, parking meters, public telephones, and laundromats every single day. Although the 1971D quarter was created mainly for circulation, collectors today carefully search these coins for rare mint errors, high-grade conditions, unusual toning, and valuable varieties that may be worth far more than their face value of 25 cents. The obverse, or front side, of the 1971D Washington quarter features the famous left-facing portrait of George Washington designed by sculptor John Flanagan. Above Washington's head appears the word Liberty, one of the most important words in American history and culture. The national motto, "In God We Trust," is positioned near the lower left side of the portrait, while the year 1971 is displayed below Washington's bust. Near the ponytail ribbon appears the small D mint mark identifying the Denver Mint. The reverse side of the coin shows a majestic bald eagle with wings spread wide in a patriotic design representing American strength and freedom. The eagle stands above a bundle of arrows symbolizing military readiness and national defense, while olive branches beneath the arrows represent peace. Around the edge appear the words United States of America and quarter dollar, while the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, is displayed above the eagle. This iconic reverse design remained on Washington quarters until the late 1990s before the state quarters program changed the reverse artwork. The 1971D quarter was struck using a copper-nickel clad composition introduced after the removal of silver from circulating quarters in 1965. Earlier Washington quarters minted before 1965 contained 90% silver, but rising silver prices forced the United States Mint to transition to cheaper metals for circulation coinage. As a result, the 1971D quarter contains outer layers composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper center core. Although the coin has a silver-colored appearance, it contains no actual silver bullion value. The quarter weighs approximately 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. Its edge contains small reeds around the sides, giving the coin its distinctive textured feel. During the early 1970s, huge numbers of quarters were produced because Americans relied heavily on coin-operated machines and cash transactions in daily life. Most 1971D quarters entered circulation immediately and experienced years of wear from handling and commerce, making sharply preserved uncirculated examples much more desirable to collectors today. The year 1971 was an important time in American history. The United States was experiencing major cultural, political, and economic changes during the early 1970s. Richard Nixon was serving as president, and America was deeply involved in the Vietnam War. Technological progress, music, fashion, and entertainment were rapidly changing society. At the same time, coins remained an essential part of daily commerce because electronic payment systems were still very limited compared to today's digital economy. Quarters were especially important because they could be used for transportation, vending machines, payphones, and arcade entertainment. Children often carried quarters to buy snacks or play games, while adults kept rolls of quarters for laundromats and parking meters. Because of such heavy use, many 1971D quarters became worn, scratched, and damaged over time. However, some examples survived in mint sets, bankrolls, or private collections with beautiful original luster and strong details, making them valuable to collectors decades later. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1971D quarter is the possibility of finding mint errors and unusual varieties. Mint errors occur when something unexpected happens during the production process at the mint, resulting in coins that differ from normal examples. Collectors often search for double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and coins struck on incorrect planchets. Double die varieties may show visible doubling on letters, numbers, or parts of the design when examined under magnification. Some 1971D quarters may also display weak strikes or die deterioration caused by worn minting equipment. Because millions of quarters were produced, most are common, but dramatic errors can become very valuable depending on rarity and condition. Coin roll hunters frequently search through bank boxes and pocket change, hoping to discover hidden treasures overlooked by others. Rare mint errors from the Washington Quarter series can sometimes sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars at auctions if they are authenticated and preserved properly. Condition is one of the most important factors affecting the value of a 1971 Washington Quarter. Most circulated examples remain worth face value, but coins preserved in exceptional condition can command significant premiums. Professional grading companies evaluate coins using the Sheldon grading scale, ranging from poor 1 to mint. Coins graded or higher are considered gem quality examples and are often much scarcer than ordinary circulation pieces. Collectors examine Washington's hair details, cheek, jawline, and the eagle's feathers carefully to determine how much wear is present. Strong mint luster, minimal contact marks, and sharp details increase desirability and market value. Some 1971 quarters also develop attractive natural toning over time. Toning occurs when metal reacts with environmental conditions, creating shades of gold, blue, purple, and rainbow colors on the surface. Beautifully toned quarters are especially appreciated by collectors because each toned coin develops unique patterns and visual character. The United States Mint has played a major role in American history since its establishment in 1792. The Denver Mint became one of the nation's most important production facilities and struck billions of coins for circulation across the country. Producing a quarter involves many precise steps. Blank metal discs called planchets are first prepared, cleaned, and inspected. Powerful coining presses then strike the designs onto the planchets using hardened steel dies under tremendous pressure. Even tiny mechanical problems during this process can create fascinating mint errors that later become collectible rarities. Because no two coins experience identical striking conditions, every 1971 quarter possesses tiny individual characteristics visible under magnification. This uniqueness is one reason why coin collecting remains such a popular hobby around the world. The Washington Quarter series itself holds a special place in American numismatic history. Introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the series quickly became one of the most successful and longest-running coin designs in United States history. Over the decades, Washington quarters circulated during major historical events including World War II, the Cold War, the Civil Rights Movement, the space race, and the technological transformation of the 20th century. By 1971, the Washington Quarter design had already become a permanent symbol of American coinage and patriotism. Collectors today often assemble complete date and mint collections covering every Washington Quarter issued from 1932 onward. The 1971 issue represents an important chapter within that historical timeline and reflects the style and economic conditions of early 1970s America. Another reason collectors enjoy the 1971 quarter is its nostalgic connection to American daily life before the digital age. During the 1970s, coins were essential for many ordinary activities that modern people now perform electronically. Quarters were used in jukeboxes, pinball machines, arcade cabinets, payphones, and vending machines. Families often kept spare change jars at home filled with quarters and other coins collected from daily transactions. Unlike modern debit cards and mobile payment systems, cash and coins dominated commerce. The 1971 quarter therefore represents a simpler era of American life that many collectors remember fondly. This emotional and cultural connection adds meaning beyond the coin's monetary value. Today, the 1971 Mint Mark Liberty Quarter Dollar remains a popular collectible among beginners and experienced numismatists alike. While most circulated examples are common, collectors continue searching for rare errors, beautiful toning, and superb high-grade specimens that stand out from the millions originally minted. Some enthusiasts search through bankrolls and pocket change, while others purchase certified examples from dealers and auctions. The coin represents much more than 25 cents because it carries history, craftsmanship, patriotism, and memories of a different era in American society. Whether discovered in an old coin jar, inherited through family collections, or displayed proudly in a coin album, the 1971 Washington Quarter continues to fascinate collectors around the world. Its timeless design, historical significance, and connection to everyday American life ensure that this classic quarter remains an enduring part of United States coin collecting history for generations to come. Next, Top 2. The $2 1977D mint marked Liberty 25 cent is one of the classic modern American coins that continues to attract collectors and history lovers around the world. This quarter was produced at the famous Denver Mint in 1977 and carries the D mint mark, which identifies Denver as the minting location. The coin belongs to the long-running Washington Quarter series that began in 1932 to honor George Washington, the first president of the United States and one of the most respected figures in American history. By 1977, the Washington Quarter had already become deeply connected to everyday American life. Millions of people used quarters daily for shopping, vending machines, arcade games, parking meters, public telephones, laundromats, and transportation. Although the 1977D quarter was produced mainly for circulation, collectors today carefully search these coins for rare mint errors, high-grade conditions, unusual toning, and valuable varieties that may be worth far more than face value. The obverse side of the 1977D Washington Quarter displays the well-known left-facing portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. Above Washington's head appears the word Liberty, while the phrase, "In God We Trust," is positioned near the lower left side of the portrait. The year, 1977, is shown below the bust, and the small D mint mark appears near Washington's ponytail ribbon area. This design had already become one of the most recognizable images in American coinage history by the 1970s. The reverse side features a powerful bald eagle with its wings spread wide in a patriotic display. Beneath the eagle are arrows symbolizing strength and military readiness, while olive branches below the arrows symbolize peace. Around the upper edge appear the words United States of America, while the denomination $quarter is displayed below. Above the eagle is the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This eagle reverse design remained in use on Washington quarters until 1998, just before the introduction of the famous 50-state quarters program. The 1977D quarter was struck using a copper-nickel-clad composition. Unlike older silver quarters minted before 1965, this coin contains no silver. Instead, it consists of outer layers made from 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper center core. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. The edge contains fine reeds around the sides, giving the quarter its familiar textured appearance. During the 1970s, the United States Mint produced enormous quantities of clad coinage to support the growing American economy and increasing demand for circulating currency. Most 1977D quarters entered circulation immediately and experienced years of wear from handling, banking, and commercial use. Because of this heavy circulation, well-preserved uncirculated examples are more desirable to collectors today than ordinary worn coins. High-grade examples with bright mint luster and strong details can command premium prices in the numismatic market. The year 1977 itself was an interesting time in American history. The United States was recovering from the economic difficulties and political tensions of the early 1970s. Jimmy Carter had recently become president, and the country was entering a period of cultural and technological change. Americans during the late 1970s relied heavily on coins for everyday transactions because electronic payment systems were still limited. Quarters were especially important because they were widely used in vending machines, arcade games, jukeboxes, and laundromats. A single quarter could buy a soda, make a phone call, or play a video game. Because these coins circulated so frequently, many became scratched, worn, or damaged over time. However, some lucky examples survived in rolls, mint sets, or private collections with nearly perfect surfaces. These well-preserved coins are highly sought after today by collectors assembling complete Washington Quarter collections. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1977D quarter involves the possibility of mint errors and rare varieties. Error coins occur when something unusual happens during the minting process, creating unique coins that differ from normal production pieces. Collectors often search for off-center strikes, clipped planchets, double dies, die cracks, and coins struck on incorrect metal planchets. Double die varieties can sometimes show visible doubling in the lettering or date when examined under magnification. Even minor minting abnormalities may attract collector attention because they demonstrate the complexity of the minting process. Some 1977D quarters may also display striking issues caused by worn dies or improper alignment. Coins with dramatic mint errors can become extremely valuable depending on rarity and condition. Because millions of quarters were produced in 1977, Finding a rare error among ordinary coins creates excitement for treasure hunters and coin roll searchers. Condition plays a major role in determining the value of a 1977 D Washington quarter. Most circulated examples remain worth only 25 cents, but coins preserved in exceptional condition can be worth significantly more. Professional grading services use the Sheldon grading scale ranging from poor 1 to mint evaluate coin quality. Coins graded or higher are considered gem quality examples and are often much scarcer than ordinary circulated coins. Superb high-grade specimens with strong strike quality, brilliant luster, and minimal contact marks may sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Collectors carefully inspect Washington's hair details, cheek, jawline, and the eagle's feathers to judge wear and preservation. Bright original mint luster is especially important because it indicates the coin has not been heavily circulated or cleaned. Some coins also develop attractive natural toning over time, displaying shades of gold, blue, purple, or rainbow colors. Beautifully toned examples are particularly popular among collectors because each toned coin develops unique patterns and colors. The United States Mint has a long and respected history dating back to 1792. The Denver Mint, where the 1977 D quarter was struck, became one of America's major coin production facilities and is famous for producing billions of coins for circulation. Mint workers use massive presses capable of striking hundreds of coins every minute under tremendous pressure. Before striking, blank discs known as planchets are carefully prepared and inspected. The coin designs are then impressed onto the planchets using engraved steel dies. If machinery malfunctions or alignment issues occur during production, unusual mint errors may result. Because each coin experiences slightly different striking conditions, no two quarters are completely identical under magnification. This uniqueness is part of what makes coin collecting such an exciting hobby for enthusiasts around the world. The Washington Quarter series itself has a remarkable legacy in American numismatic history. Introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the series quickly became one of the most beloved coin programs ever created by the United States Mint. The quarter witnessed many historic events including World War II, the Cold War, the space race, and the cultural transformations of the 20th century. By the time the 1977 D quarter was released, the Washington design had already become a permanent symbol of American currency and patriotism. Collectors today often assemble complete date and mint collections covering every Washington quarter produced from 1932 onward. The 1977 D issue represents an important part of this long historical timeline and reflects the style and production methods of the late 20th century. Another reason collectors appreciate the 1977 D quarter is its connection to American daily life during the 1970s. At that time, coins were essential for many ordinary activities. Children carried quarters to arcades and candy machines, adults used them for public telephones and parking meters, and families kept jars filled with spare change at home. Unlike today's digital economy, cash and coins dominated everyday transactions. This nostalgic connection makes the 1977 quarter especially meaningful for many people who remember growing up during that era. Even today, older Americans often recognize the eagle reverse quarter design immediately because it remained unchanged for decades before the introduction of state-themed quarters in 1999. Today, the 1977 D Mint Mark Liberty Quarter Dollar remains a popular collectible among beginners and experienced numismatists alike. While ordinary circulated examples are common, collectors continue searching for rare errors, beautiful toning, and high-grade specimens that stand out from the millions originally produced. Some enthusiasts search through bankrolls hoping to discover overlooked treasures, while others purchase professionally graded examples for long-term collections and investment purposes. The coin represents more than just 25 cents because it carries history, craftsmanship, and memories of a different era in American culture. Whether found in pocket change, inherited from family collections, or purchased at coin shows and auctions, the 1977 D Washington Quarter continues to fascinate collectors across the world. Its timeless design, connection to George Washington, and role in everyday American commerce ensure that this classic quarter remains an important part of United States coin collecting history for generations to come.